Taken away on a stretcher. Shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score! high kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score!
It's playoff time in Middletown, Rhode Island, as we welcome you into round one of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championships. The Salve Regina Seahawks taking on the University of New England Nor'easters. These two sides just saw each other 7 days ago. It came out as a beneficial side for Salve. They'll try to do it again today. Matt Jones alongside Jack McSweeney. The Seahawks have already picked up one dub on the day as the men's team took care of business against Wentworth. The ladies are going to look to do it again this afternoon.
Yeah, no, we saw an electric game this. Don't know if you can say this morning at what, 12?
Noon,
yeah.
Noontime start.
But yeah, great game. Kind of controlled by Salve throughout. But they won by 8 or 9.
They did.
So see if the women can follow suit here. Yeah, I'm looking forward. This is my first women's game, so I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
It will be fun and fast-paced. There's a couple of fun little things that may happen in this game today. We're going to keep that quiet until it actually does. We don't want to jinx anybody.
The announcer's curse.
Yeah, right. The announcer's curse. And today's game is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Unfortunately, we did not get any Jersey Mike's during the break.
Yeah, sad.
Got some nice pizza, though.
That buffalo chicken was bussin'.
Salve in the all-white, UNE in the all-blue as we put 15 minutes on the clock.
Hoping the rain holds out on us, too. We got kind of lucky in the first game, but it's kind of looking dreary.
Yeah. Gray skies, breezy, 53 degrees. A little bit of drizzle that's come down. Nice, lush green synthetic field, though.
Yeah.
Face off, and we're underway here, and it's the 28 of Cameron Baston, and she picks that one up for the Seahawks as they look to go. Baston inside looking for Ventura. Cuts that one on the outside. Sullivan trying to come across. Baston all the way back here. Outside of the 12 now. Cuts it down in the corner for Von Barren. Von Barren back up top. Cameron Baston again. Cuts inside for Sam Maletti. Maletti spins. Maletti's shot. That one goes high and out of play. And be picked up by the Seahawks on the back line. Restarted inside from Holly Sullivan. Back for Baston up top. Baston. Von Barren once again. Von Barren switches back across. Von Barren's going to come inside. And nowhere to go there. She got pushed out by the 4 of Molly Patnode. Who's ball on the backside, picked back up once again. It's Nora Trebby on the back line for the Seahawks. Maletti flicks that one. Loose ball, and it will be scooped up by the Nor'easters. And they'll try to bring this one out. Seahawks defense collapsing in. Keegan Dunbar for the Nor'easters. Sends that one across for the 16 of Bella DiTomaso. Nor'easters bring it forward and will set the offense for the first time today. 28 is Morgan White. Yeah, she works around with Donovan. Megan Donovan sends that one all the way across onto the 7 of Sydney Balton. Barry Carton. Morgan White. Nowhere to shoot for White. Sends it across instead to Balton. 90-second shot clock in women's lacrosse is getting dumped down in front. And a cross-check push call will give the ball to the 7 of Sydney Balton. That free position shot from the 8. Balton inside scores. Sydney Balton gets the first one on the board. And the Nor'easters have the lead, 1-0. Substitutions from both sides as they get set for the draw at center. Sam Maletti on one side of the circle, Kelly Ventura to the other side of the circle as Cam Baston goes against Morgan White. Referee sets the ball. Draw goes up, tapped by Ventura, over for Baston, and she gets that one to Maletti. Sam Maletti tracked all the way back for Julie Gavoni. Von Barron. Gabby Von Barron inside, pushed back out. Gives to Trebby, comes right back on top shot, score from Cameron Baston. Right back to it, and honors even at 1.
Well, we saw a high-scoring game in the men's earlier. Seems like we got another one now. 2 quick goals.
Too quick. Yeah, too quick in the first 3 minutes.
So, Matt, what happens? So, the stick check, obviously. What happens if that doesn't go well? Like, would they subtract a goal?
Yeah, it negates the goal. So, yes, you bring that up as we saw that in NCAA women's lacrosse. Player has to drop their stick immediately upon the score. The referees check the pocket depth of the stick. And, yeah, we actually, in fact, even during the season here at Salve, I want to say, I think it was Holly Sullivan scored a goal, and then the stick check was turned out to be an illegal stick, and they subtracted the goal that Salve had just scored. For the 24 of Michaela Jacobs, as Jacobs works that for Donovan in the corner. They go underneath with Garreton. Nor'easters will work around the horn off of the edge of the head of the the 28 of Morgan White for Donovan. Continuing to work around inside, and a shot and a score from the 11 of Abby McCallum. And 2-1 to the Nor'easters. These two sides met just a week ago. Salve came up on the plus side in that game. And a timeout called by Salve here early. Jess Troutman wants to talk things over with the Seahawks. It's 2-1 Nor'easters. 11:04 left to go here in the first.
Really good students come to Salve, but they leave, just ready to change the world.
I love Salve so much, and I love the connections that I've made. You're more than just a number, you're a name at Salve.
The 4 years have flown by so quickly. I think it's been a really great experience.
It's probably a cliche to say that Salve is a family, but it's a very, very true thing to say here.
They encourage you to just be yourself and not follow the crowd. Like, if you're a person who does not want to follow the herd, you have all the resources you need to shape the person that you want to be.
People are extremely supportive of each other and very supportive of the students. The students always come first.
A lot of the experiences you get at Salve are experiences that you can't get anywhere else because of it being such a tight-knit community.
Yes, it's a small school, but it's also like the desire to be a part of something great.
And then you put it all on this campus, right? Like, you get to have these conversations in buildings that you swear were built just for that purpose. This is the place where you should have big thoughts. This is the
11:04 left to go here in the first quarter. 2-1 Nor'easters after the timeout called by Salve. Cameron Baston, Morgan White in the circle. Early timeout called by the Seahawks. Maletti bumps on the back side of the 15 of Paige DeVries. Jacobs. As that worked back to DeVries, around again for White. Opposite side corner now, Donovan. Nor'easters will continue to work this one around the horn. They come back up top from the 12 as DeVries. Balton underneath. Nowhere for her to go. 45 seconds left on the shot clock as it comes back to McCallum. White. Morgan White. Balton. Barry Garton. Save made from Haish. Now she stopped Sydney Ballotin on that one in her first save of the game. Carried out here by Pereira. Emma Pereira will bring this one all the way down to the backside line. Holly Sullivan. Cameron Baston runs the cut route. Sullivan has the ball pop free. Will come up and get it at about 15. 45 seconds on the shot clock. Ventura inside. Ventura scores! Kelly Ventura. No! Timeout called by the referees. That, I think, went in. She's hurt. Did that? They did not call it.
They're not going to count it?
That looked to me like it went in.
Wow.
From all intent and purpose, from our angle, that looked like it went in.
I thought I saw it hit the back of the net.
Creasing.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So they called Ventura for being in the circle. One, two, three things happening all at the same time. Ventura got hit hard. She was injured, had gone inside the circle, and then also that was a goal that got called back for being inside the circle. Seahawks back on offense again as we go. Holly Sullivan here. Sullivan bumped. She'll get a free position from the 12. Good shot up top from Pereira as that one bounced over, and we'll get a restart on the back line. Ventura's going to cut inside. That one goes, and that one's going to count. The flag was up. It won't matter. Kelly Ventura, a goal and 100 points for Kelly Ventura. They want the ball. They're going to send a ball in because they want that ball. Jess Troutman immediately trotting out with another ball says, we want that one. And the rowboat is coming out on the women's side.
That's funny. We were literally talking about it earlier. I said, I wonder if we saw the men's rowboat.
The women's team breaks out the rowboat for Kelly Ventura and her 100th point.
So when that goal got called back, I almost spoiled it. I almost said it. I almost said that would have been 100.
That would have if she hadn't stepped in the circle. She ends up going back and taking care of business here. Sam Maletti cutting inside. Maletti dumps one right off of the edge of the post. I believe it got a piece of the post. Good attempt there from Gabriella Von Baron. That tipped over top of Von Baron's stick. And Maria Teresa is going to pick that one up. Nor'easters work this one out through midfield. Di Tommaso. Worked down for the Nor'easters now. Abby McCallum as she works that one across with Paige DeVries. And it's settled here on the outside of the 12. The 28 of Morgan White. White inside scores. Right back out on top. Go the Nor'easters at 3-2, and this game is going to seesaw.
Yep.
6:29 left to go here in the first. Today's game on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Seahawks men's lacrosse team will go on the road for round 2. If the women were to win, they would probably be on the road for round 2 as Ventura has that one pop out of her stick for Von Baron. Cameron Baston for Nora Trebby. Little switch play there on the backside from Sullivan. Sullivan on the wraparound, thought about going in, didn't get the pick that she wanted. Brings it back up top. Good inside cut, spin off from Pereira. Pereira looking for an inside lane, finds a circle and bounces right off. Good way to save the offensive possession. Shot, scores, Sullivan. Holly Sullivan and the sophomore from Pembroke, Mass. Levels this game at 3. Substitution on the UNE side sees the 27 of Kaylee Lucas come in for the first time today. There's one Rhode Island player on this UNE side. That's the senior 21 of Jenna Deschamps from Burrillville.
A little homecoming.
Yeah, a little bit, a little south of where she's from.
Yeah.
Got to go the way northern part of the state for Burrillville. Pretty good lacrosse programs up there in Burrillville with the Broncos. Morgan White. They loop this one underneath Garreton. Garreton tries to come inside herself. Garreton just gets pushed out. Great play from Baston defensively. Heish will grab that one.
Good save.
Will come over top and be carried along by Pereira. Emma Pereira. Pereira gets pushed out. Will get the ability to continue on. Loose ball. Scooped up by Von Baron. And Von Baron will settle it. 60 seconds to shoot for the Seahawks. Sullivan. Baston. cuts inside, loose ball, and they call the infraction. It's going to be back at the 12. I think they're going to give him free position. So they do. They called it back at the 12. So Sam Maletti will get the ball. And free position start from the 12 for Maletti and the Seahawks. She can't go in on this one. She could try, and those two Nor'easters players will collapse right on her in a second. Usually on free starts from the 12, you're usually going to see a immediate pass out to the left or right side. Or she dumps this one down on the backside. So Maletti from the 12. Inside start. Immediately the defenders collapse on her, and she just pulls this one back out. Goes inside, little dump down for Von Barron off the side of the post. Ball pops free and can't be handled by Lucas. Picked back up by the Seahawks. False start by the Seahawks. She started a little too quickly. 3 and change left to go here in the first. Abdul Salam. Looking for Belton. Back for Abdul Salam. Almost intercepted there by Ventura. Patno. They do give the credit as a save to Grace Hayes, and that's 300 career saves for her. I didn't want to say it because the way it deflected off of the one player's stick and then went to Hayes. I wanted to be sure they were going to credit her the save in that situation. That was a clear save. They did say it is, and that's 300 career saves. So Kelly Ventura reaches 100 points. Grace Hayes, 300 saves for her career. A young career, just a sophomore for the Seahawks side.
Some good milestones being passed in this first quarter here.
It is in a late game in the season, of course, because we are in the playoffs here. So it's win or go home here in this round one of the playoffs. As this one's going to come right down on the stick. Shot goes right up over top of the goal. As the 27 of Allie, was it the, check that, sorry, it might be the 17 of Catherine Mullen inside. Around the back side, Pereira wanted the head contact, didn't get the call. Pereira getting pushed from behind. Gets that one off for Threshy. Edie Threshy for Pereira. Pereira, little stutter step inside. Pereira's shot went off of the keeper, Teresa. And it's picked up on the back line. The 31 of William Fitzgerald. Sullivan has that one tripped past her. Patno picks it up inside of the last minute to go here in the first quarter. Mishandled play. That's going to go out of play. And the Seahawks are going to get this one back. Brea Healy from the sideline. They want the shot clock reset. They want the clock stopped as well, too. 34 seconds left to go as it will get restarted by Threshy. So 34 seconds to the end of the quarter. Threshy works this one for Cam Baston. Baston, 20 seconds. Pereira, 10 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Dropped for Sullivan. Sullivan, 5 seconds. Sullivan, flag up. Is it? It's from the 12. Sullivan fires it. Save made by Teresa as the horn sounds. 1 quarter of play in the books, 15 through. Honors even at 3. You're watching Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Jersey Mike's.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice, freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites, and it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Back here at Gaudet Field in Middletown, Rhode Island, 3-3 after the first quarter of play as you're watching Salve Seahawks against the University of New England Nor'easters, round 1 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championships here on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Matt Ellis alongside Jack McSweeney, and that was, I guess, about as balanced as the first quarter as you could get.
I was going to say very even. Very even.
We'll see what we get here in the second set of 15. Seahawks had opportunities abound in the first quarter, and I think maybe 3 or 4 times we said hit the post.
Yeah. A few saves by the keeper, too. But, yeah, opportunities are there. It's just going to be who can capitalize the most.
Kelly Ventura scored in the first quarter, picks up her 100th point. A 2 sets saves by Grace Hish gives her 300 saves on her career. She's got at least 2 more years left here at Salve.
Both some pretty impressive feats.
For Kelly Ventura, this is the last ride. This season ends, and so does her Seahawks career.
She's playing like it, too. She's putting it all out there. Going down with an injury, scoring 20 seconds later?
She will do that. The 5'9" senior from Floral Park, New York, has put in quite a career here in the teal, blue, and green of the Salve Seahawks. Second 15 underway as the draw goes way up in the air, gets kicked around a little bit, and will get picked up on the opposite side by UNE. And the 22 of Emily Jacobs gets it started. Jacobs for Donovan. As they continue to work that one around. Back to Jacobs once again. Moletti is going to intercept that one as she gets that one forward for Pereira. They're trying to go for Sydney Belton. Sam Moletti stepped in the middle of that one, and this one gets underneath the stick of Holly Sullivan. So Abdul Salam will pick that one up and start for UNE. Sullivan wanted to try to knock it out of midair. Gets it instead for Ballatin. Ballatin brings that one across. Tic-tac-toe play from UNE as they'll get it started with Abby McCallum. Wrap around with Jacobs. Garrison. Back up top once again, McCallum. Sends that one across for Ballatin. Jacobs once more. Ballatin tried to send that inside, and I think we're going to get a card. We are. And so an illegal contact to the head call is going to go against the 5 of Julia Gavoni, and she's going to go to the box. So Gavoni in the box for 2 for illegal contact to the head. And a free position from the 18 for the 18 of Megan Donovan. And Donovan, I think, backed that one out as the Seahawks defense collapsed right in. Ballatin. Cross for Jacobs, and they'll continue to work this one around. Put the 22 and the 24 together and you'll get absolutely confused. That's the fun of having twins on a team. The only thing different about them is a little bit their hair color. Michaela Jacobs has a little bit darker hair color than Emily Jacobs.
Not by much.
Not by much. Not by much though. But her hair is a little bit darker. Michaela Jacobs, Emily Jacobs, Waterboro, Maine from Massabesic High School. Both midfielders on this UNE team. Ventura was cutting through, trying to get it from Pereira on the back side for Sullivan. Sullivan will run this one all the way around. Sullivan continues on with it, gets it down for Von Buren in the far corner. 30 seconds to shoot here for the Seahawks. Pereira. Pereira is going to come wrap around the circle herself. Nowhere for Emma Pereira to go. High check called. Pereira has got to go quickly. Gets off of the basket. Shot score with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Cam Baston for 4-3 Seahawks. Oh boy, there was 2 seconds left on the shot
It was
clock.
a nail biter. I didn't think she was going to get it off.
Took a step inside, had like 3 people in front of her, and boom. She was able to pull that one off. $11 and change left to play here in the first half. Ballatin for the Nor'easters. Michaela Jacobs for the 25 of Barry Garrison. There you go all the way around the backside. McCallum. Spin over for DeVries. Paige DeVries. Once again for Ballatin. Cut inside, save made by Haish. As Michaela Jacobs was tracking right across the center. Long distance pass for Von Barren. Von Barren, Sullivan, Pereira can't hold on to it, and it'll roll for Teresa. And she didn't have a full handle on it.
She
And they tried
definitely did
to. Seahawks tried to get crafty and get inside, but the referee says no. Morgan White. White carries this one all the way inside. We'll set up for Max. Back for McCallum up top as she works alongside DeVries. Garton underneath for Ballatin. McCallum back up top. Haish in the circle. Could have made the save anyway, but the UNE player stepped in the circle, so go ahead and give her the ball automatically, and the Seahawks will be able to bring this one out. 12 of Stephanie Saucier as she works that one forward. Pereira will pick it up and continue on up top. And that easily gets called by the referees.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Pereira works through the UNE defense. Will get a little help from her friends here as Von Barren comes forward. Julia Gavoni gives her the back option. Gavoni continuing to work. 45 seconds here for the Seahawks. Pereira has it knocked out of her stick by Elizabeth Garton. Save made. No. Flag goes up and the shooting space violation called. And this is going to be one-on-one.
Uh-oh.
From the 7 of Sydney Ballatin right on Grace Haish. Score. Levels this game at 4.
You said seesaw.
It has been.
We're riding the seesaw.
It has been. This has been back forth the whole entire game. Nobody has led by more than one. We have been tied every which way. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all. 8:06 left to go here in the half. Draw control play, and the ground ball is picked up by UNE, and they try to go quickly with it. Michaela Jacobs cuts underneath and continues on for Ballatin. Sydney Ballatin sends that one, and they work it down underneath. That is the one of Kelsey Hartigan underneath now. For the 28 of Morgan White, had that one plucked off of her stick. And it's Stephanie Saucier. Saucier bumped. Ball comes free, and they're going to say it's going to be UNE ball. White for Ballatin. Hartigan.
Oh.
And a kick save by Haish. Sent it all the way to the back line. Back up top, the 11 of Abby McCallum. White. Hartigan. We'll send that one all the way back up. DeVries over for White once again. Underneath to Ballatin. And it comes all the way back up. 40 seconds to shoot for the Nor'easters. White tries to cut inside, got pushed out of the way. Good defensive play there from Ventura. Balton trying to cut across, nowhere for her to go. Comes underneath, 20 seconds to go. They try to cut through, shot and a score from McCallum, and 5-4 for the Nor'easters.
Got like 5 lead changes already in this game.
It's going to be Sam Maletti in the circle for the Seahawks. And Maletti will get that one to Ventura, who will get the pickup. Kelly Ventura for the Seahawks. Ventura going herself. Ventura continues to spin, sends one. Yep, gets the call. And I think we're going to get a card.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, what?
They called Kelly Ventura for a slash over the top.
It's a bad break right there.
Not entirely sure where you really wanted Ventura to go.
Yeah.
She's trying to go for goal. She comes up over top with her stick and comes down trying to make the shot. That was one of those calls in women's lacrosse we see get called often and always has me scratching my head, especially when you're in a shooting situation like that. Well, the 11 of Abby McCallum starts it out here for UNE, 5:20 to the half. Ballatin. Hard to get underneath as they then send it back up once again for DeVries. Jacobs goes past Jacobs. It'll stay inside of play. She can scoop it up. Sends that one across for White. White inside, and it's blocked away as McCallum tried to make the attempt and pops all the way out for Saucier. Saucier. Von Barron picked this up. Seahawks need to protect the ball a little bit better against this very taut UNE side. Von Barron, wraparound. She'll set from X as she works with the 16 of Kaylee Garcia on that back line. Up top with Holly Sullivan in the corner. And a push called on UNE. Kim Baston. Pereira. Stella McCormick into the game for the first time today. McCormick right off the 8. McCormick lost a handle on the ball. Still loose. Still loose. We'll flick this one out. Baston's going to chase this one back to line. Collision between Baston and the 5 of Abdul Salam. And they give it to the Seahawks. Pereira here. 15 to shoot for the Seahawks. Got to be aware of that shot clock. You hear the bench call out 10. Sullivan wraps inside. Sullivan might need to pull the trigger here. Loose ball. Picks back up 1 second. Shot. And a whistle right at. And they're going to call a holding. They're going to call holding on UNE. It's going to give a free position shot to Kaylee Garcia. Garcia's got to just fire this on the whistle. Garcia's got to let it rip. They're going to put the 1 second on the shot clock. Garcia ripped it. Save made by the keeper. That'll reset the shot clock if the Seahawks can get to the ball. They don't. Still a loose ball. And a push by the Seahawks will give the ball to UNE. Trip and a restart for the 22 of Jacobs. 2:18 left to go here in the half. Emily Jacobs carries this one all the way down. Kelsey Hardigan comes all the way back up top for McCallum. Sent back underneath once again, Hardigan. She works with Jacobs. DeVries inside. And a whistle. And a free position shot coming from the top of the 8. Barry Garrison.
Oh.
Boxed out by the Seahawks defense. UNE continues to work this one around. Morgan White dropped off the edge of the stick of Jacobs. 10 seconds to shoot for UNE. McCallum shoots. Haysh makes the save. Shot clock will be irrelevant now as the game clock is less than the shot clock. Seahawks want to get one before the half and see if they can pull this one level. Pereira inside. Opportunities. You're trying to put it on the stick of Ventura. It would have been right inside of the 8. Sullivan trying to go for it. This gets tracked back out, and UNE can just walk this one to the half. Over for Morgan White. White all the way down into the corner. Gets shoved around. They come back up for McCallum. McCallum nowhere to shoot. McCallum sold that one. They're going to give a card. They're going to say illegal contact to the head. And they're going to give a card to the 15 of Brea Hilly, but she looked like she sold that one.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Abby McCallum from the 8, free position shot. Save made by Haysh. Got it right off the edge of the top of her stick. Seahawks ball, and the horn's going to sound to end the first half of play. 30 minutes in the books. A game that has gone back and forth since the opening draw. 5-4 Nor'easters at the half. You're watching Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network.
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Oh, Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In, and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot Off the post, score!
And we welcome you back to Gaudet Field in Middletown, Rhode Island. We get set for quarter number 3. 5-4 Nor'easters over the Salve Seahawks. Matt Gillis alongside Jack McSweeney as Sam Maletti sets into the circle. I feel like the clouds have gotten a little thicker all of a sudden.
Definitely.
Maletti's going to continue to whack at this one as she tries to battle there with the 22 of Emily Jacobs. Jacobs is going to come to the better of this one. Ventura on Jacobs, and now coming in is the 16 of Kelly Garcia to try to battle, and UNE moves this one forward. Morgan White dropped around for the 25 of Barry Garrison. Garrison inside. Save Haish! Grace Haish picked up 2 saves early in the game. In the first quarter, got her to 300 saves on her career. And she's picked up a few more as she's starting on her way to 400. She could get there next year.
I was going to say, she'll be at 500 in no time.
Yeah. could see 500 by the end of her 4 years. As we mentioned, she is just a sophomore, and that is not uncommon in women's lacrosse to see someone potentially by their senior year reach 500 saves. I want to say there might have been a Syracuse player that just did it. Emma Pereira. As Pereira cuts inside, popped out of her stick, loose ball on the turf, chased for the back line, last touched by a Seahawks player, and so it will be UNE ball. Emma Thompson. Keegan Dunbar. As she works with Abdul Salam, comes back across. And that one actually hit the backside of Garcia, and she didn't even realize it at first. Ballatin for McCallum. Comes around the backside. Garrison once again for the 18 of Donovan. .40 seconds left on the shot clock as cutting inside as Ballatin popped right back out for Morgan White. Picking up the cutter as Donovan tried to cut across. Good defensive play there from Cameron Baston. Loose play out of the backside line allows the Seahawks to pick this one up.
Oh, no.
And a whistle. You're going to reset the shot clock in a free position from the 12 for Donovan. False start. So mistakes both ways, and then Donovan gets her stick in the way of Saucier. Trying to get her 5 yards. Does. Gavoni over to Haish, back to Gavoni. We'll get that one forward for Brea Healy. Healy ducks underneath a check. Pereira moves this one forward. Sam Maletti thought to cut inside, got boxed out by Sydney Ballatin. Now Ventura tries to cut inside, nowhere for her to go. Baston tried to cut inside. A bit of a back pick from Baston. Pereira. Still with Pereira. She now drops that one off. Ventura inside. Ventura's shot. Save made. Loose ball still up in the air. Still loose on the turf, and it's finally picked up now by Ballatin. For the 4 of Molly Patno. Patna right in front of the Salve bench. Bumped out of play. Cam Baston picks it up. Miletti's got to get low to get that one. She does. Can get around two Nor'easter players. Sam Miletti forward for Stella McCormick. McCormick checked from behind. Ball came free. Picked up by Morgan White. Got that one forward for Donovan. Into the stick of the 11 of Abby McCallum, and now out to the outside for Jacobs. Back for McCallum once again, and Michaela Jacobs. Underneath for Garrison. Cuts inside, shot, score from the 18 of Megan Donovan. 6-4 and a 2-goal lead for the first time.
Biggest lead.
And the rain has started to come down again.
Absolutely.
See how this changes the dynamic to this game. 9 and change left to go here in the third. The wind picking up a little bit as well, too.
It's getting kind of nasty out. If it wasn't already.
It was moderately survivable. Now it's starting to get a little nasty.
Yep.
Cam Baston. For Ventura, back for Baston, went off the edge of her stick. Sam Miletti got in the way of that one defensively. Still loose play, and it's picked up by Ballatin. For Jacobs, for Ballatin once again. Garrison. As McCormick came in right on her. Saucier defends now as it gets taken down behind. UNE going to work the 2-goal advantage to their favor. They're going to try to chew as much of the shot clock as they can off with the game clock as well. Ball across the backside, loose, can be picked up by Garrison. Emily Jacobs for Michaela Jacobs. Ballatin from the 8. Ballatin still dancing with it. Sends that one off onto the side for White. Loose ball. A lot of pushing and shoving going on, and it finally does get scooped up.
5 seconds.
By McCallum. 5 seconds to shoot. And she does shoot. Hish made the save and stepped in the crease as she did. So irrelevant that the shot clock was listed as expired. It was going to be Seahawks ball anyway. Seahawks looking to break back as Kaylee Garcia has it. And Garcia got sandwiched immediately by 2 blue jerseys. Gets that one across for Baston, for Pereira. Emma Pereira looking inside. Pereira goes back for Baston. Baston thought about pulling the trigger. Nowhere to go. And guess what that is? That's the 8-meter one-on-one dead for the center shooting space violation. Scores! Cam Baston rifles one home from the best spot you can get it. And the Seahawks are back into this one 6-5. That is my akin in women's lacrosse to a penalty shot. That dead center of the 8.
Oh, yeah.
When you've got that free position dead center of the 8, it's you against the goaltender. Everyone's to your left, right, or behind you. The moment the referee blows that whistle, you're taking one step in and you're firing that thing, and it's you and the goaltender, and whoever has the better spot gets the win. Cam Baston that time comes up with it. Sam Maletti at the center, and a face-off win from McCormick. McCormick for Pereira. Pereira cuts inside. Pereira scored, tie game! Emma Pereira, the sophomore from Easton, Mass, for 6-all.
Back to even. It's going to come down to this fourth quarter. It's going to be a good one.
And the impact of Stella McCormick into the game all of a sudden for the Seahawks changes the dynamic. UNE is called time out. 6-all here in the third.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this. Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big, two. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip. I could eat. Slice right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
I don't know what it is in college for the playoffs. High school, I know it's like 3-minute sudden deaths, but it just keeps going. I don't know what it is in college. Back here at Cadet Field, 6-all Salve and UNE in round 1 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championships. Salve Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Got a fist fight in a phone booth right now. 6-6.
Oh, boy.
What, 2's the biggest lead anyone's had?
2 is the largest, 2 is the largest lead anyone has
Not
had.
for long. Not
and
for long.
it didn't. It lasted about a minute.
Yeah.
Maletti back to the circle again against Morgan White. Maletti draws that one back. Ball is still loose. Comes off of Cam Baston's head. Gets picked up by Emma Pereira. That's a way to use your noggin.
Yeah.
Trying to get a pick. Pereira's going to have to come back to get this one, and she gets a little help there from Bria Healy. So Pereira, who just scored the goal for the Seahawks, brings this one across. Von Barren sets it with Sullivan. Back for Von Barren. Wrap around a Pereira once again. A whistle is a push on UNE. Pereira tries to continue, works that one down for Mullen, Catherine Mullen. Gets some help on the backside from Garcia. Maletti looking for a wraparound. Sam Maletti! Maletti found a corner and scores! Seahawks goal, Sam Maletti for 7-6.
3 unanswered Salve goals.
Five and change left to play here in the third. And this game We said it back in the first, riding the seesaw. We've been riding it all game.
Yeah.
Mileti is going to go back to the circle again against Morgan White. So Mileti against White. Draw play. Comes up. Step inside from Pereira, and she picks that one up. Trying to go back across to Mileti, trying to get in the way of that one was Elizabeth Garton. UNE trying to work this ball across midfield. Kaylee Lucas. Cross again for Abdul Salam. Nor'easters finally do get it across midfield. Not a lot of room there for Ballatin, but she gets around the check and down into the lower third. We'll set it up behind with Garrison. Donovan. They work it up top with McCallum. Inside of 5 to play here in the third. Overthrown on the backside. Morgan White picks it up. She was bothered there by the 6 of Ventura. Ventura still on her as she tries to go inside. Has to dump that underneath for Ballatin. Ballatin tries to wrap around. Nowhere for her to go. 20 seconds left on the shot clock for UNE. Ballatin still has it as she goes over for White. White tries to come inside. Ventura pushes her out. Down inside of 10 seconds. Ball comes all the way back out. Ballatin's got to shoot. Time runs out. Good defense from the Seahawks. Von Barron gets this one forward for the Seahawks. She's just going to carry it across midfield herself into the offensive zone. Holly Sullivan goes, and then back for Von Barron. Von Barron across the 12. Sullivan cuts inside, trying to look for a pick. Curls back out. Catherine Mullen from the far side corner. Mullen across the top of the 12. Mullen getting pushed. Mullen pushed again. Now this time they finally call it. Timeout called. The referees have called timeout. They would just want to position players correctly. Some of the UNE players not going where they were supposed to. Pereira starts this one back out. Wraparound play. Pereira right on the edge of the circle. She gets pushed out. Inside of 20 seconds to shoot. Pereira cuts across the center. Pereira, 4 blue jerseys on her, and they call it. Contact to the head and a card issued. Ooh. It's going to go against the 24 of Michaela Jacobs. That's going to put her in the box on 2. Contact to the head and a great spot here for Emma Pereira. She's going to get this one from the edge of the 8. Pereira, free position from the 8. Inside, dumped it on the floor, kicked around, and it pops back up. Pereira's still got it. Pereira can settle. She's got a fresh shot clock. Goes back, tries to dump it again. And the save made. Teresa came up with two really good saves there for UNE. Abdul Salam. Final 2 minutes to go here in the third. Salve came into this quarter down by 1, found themselves down by 2, and all of a sudden have flipped it the other way for a 1-goal lead. Morgan White, loose ball. Does it get out the back line? That's out the back line. That's going to be Seahawks ball. Reset the shot clock, and it's dead on
Again?
to the game
What?
clock.
It's the second time.
We had it happen once in the men's game. The shot clock and the game clock ended up dead on each other, and it's done it again. Shot clock and game clock are dead on. Maybe a tenth of a second difference. Ventura sends that one out the back line, and that'll make the shot clock irrelevant, as it will be a Nor'easter's ball. 50 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Loose ball picked up. Garcia inside Moliano, and it's saved. Made. Oh, they called the push. They called the push. Is it?
Here we go again.
From the, is it going to be free? It is. It's free position. Mullen from the top of the 8.
Here we go. This is exactly what you were just talking about.
She pushed up with her stick, so it was like a cross-check push. Mullen shot, score!
Four goals in a row for Salve. They're rolling.
The cross-check push goes into effect for a free position shot from the 8 for Catherine Mullen, and +2 for the Seahawks now at 8-6. 38 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Pushing a player is one thing. Pushing across her back with your stick is one thing. Pushing across her back with your stick in an upward motion will get you a free position shot from the 8. Baston will pick this one up in the final 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Cam Baston trying to look for anywhere inside. Was looking for Pereira. Nowhere for her to go. Drops that one to Garcia on the corner. Garcia, they've got to be aware the shot clock is not running. They have to look at the game clock as Sullivan actually turns her head back really quickly for a second. 10 seconds to go. Sullivan comes all the way around. Sullivan from the 8. Can she pull the trigger? Loose ball as it pops out, and the quarter will come to an end. 15 minutes left in the books of regulation. It's 8-6 Seahawks. After 3 to the 4th we go. You're watching Salve Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Jersey Mike's.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big, two. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
quarter number 4 about to get underway. 8-6 Seahawks over UNE.
We're in for a treat. Some lives on the line right now. Fourth quarter.
Season lives on the line in the playoffs. Commonwealth Coast Conference playoffs, round number 1. Winner gets a date with Endicott. A very tough date with Endicott.
Yeah.
They have been a beast of a team all season long, and it's going to be a hard pill to swallow. They say to the victor goes the spoils, and that's not a spoil when you get Endicott. Pereira. Von Barren. Pereira trying to look inside. Pereira still trying to go to. Oh, Emma Pereira! Right inside and then dumps it on the deck. A 3-goal lead at 9-6, largest of the evening anyone has had.
5 unanswered by Salve, too.
And a nasty one by Emma Pereira. Makes it a couple on the day for her. UNE works this one now here with the 24 of Michaela Jacobs. McCallum. White for Emily Jacobs, and then around on the side. They go backside with Hardigan. Back up top, Jacobs. Little stutter step as she runs. White for Michaela Jacobs. Morgan White once again. 45 seconds to shoot for UNE. McCallum. Hardigan tries to cut inside. Nowhere to go there. Good defense from Gavoni. Stutter step from White. Hardigan. Down to 20 seconds to shoot. Ball popped free. Gavoni kicks it to the back. Baston is able to shepherd it to Haish. And we'll start this one for the Seahawks. Ball protection and goals will be key in this quarter.
Absolutely.
80 Threshy, Bray Healy. Pushed out of the backside line. Kaylee Garcia will get the restart from the backside. Pereira goes for the same shot again and almost had it. Garcia. Maletti upstairs and down. Sam Maletti once again.
Wow, just absolutely running away with this. 6 consecutive goals.
10-6 Seahawks. A 4-goal lead, and whatever in the world got said during halftime and in between the third and fourth quarter by Jess Troutman to the Seahawks, the dynamic has shifted.
Yeah, whatever was said at halftime, it's working wonders. I don't think the second half could have gone any better for them.
Draw play. Pops up right back into Baston. Maletti smacked it down from the midair, and it went right into Baston's stick. For Pereira, Holly Sullivan. Sullivan works that one around. Von Barren from the outside. It's Catherine Mullen underneath. Mullen's going to come around. Has Garcia tracking across. Went to Von Barren. Ball pops free. Continues to be smacked around on the field. Finally will get picked up by UNE. Emma Pereira. Stick check down. And a ball that has continued to be loose, and Pereira comes away with it. UNE ball. And a push called. Ballatin. As Sydney Ballatin continues to work this one in onto the opposite side. Back for Jacobs. Jacobs comes across for Barry Garrison. Morgan White. Minute left on the shot clock. 10 left on the game clock. Ballatin. Once again, as she tries to go inside. Nowhere for her to go. Sydney Ballatin's dancing left and right, and there was absolutely nowhere for her to go. Great defense from Amelia Coe. Loose ball scooped up by Brea Haley. Haley taken down. No call for the referees. Now the call comes in late. Holly Sullivan had the ball, but that was more off of it coming out of Haley's stick. Amelia Coe as Coe cuts across. And if you think she hasn't been involved in this game, Amelia Coe has been in and out of this game since the starting lineup as Pereira scores again. It's 11-6. It's now a 5-goal lead.
Is that the hat trick for her?
That is more than a hat trick for Pereira. That might be her fourth. The jig by the Salve bench on the women's side now, and timeout again by UNE. Unanswered goals from the Seahawks. The storyline here in the second half through the third and most of the fourth as they look to try to put a bow on this one and advance into round 2 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference playoffs. You're watching Salve Seahawks Lacrosse on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Jersey Mike's.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
(11-6) Seahawks over the Nor'easters. 9:19 left to go here in regulation. We said this before going to break, Jack. It's been unanswered goals.
Oh, yeah. What was it? 7 at this point? Yeah.
This game went from 6-5 UNE at the half to now 11-6 Salve with 9 minutes left to go. Seahawks looking to double the day. Men's lacrosse beat Wentworth on this same field earlier this afternoon in a game that was almost similar to this in a way. It was kind of like a lull through the first quarter, both teams playing even up, and then all of a sudden turned into all Seahawks. This one has been through the first half and then turned into all Seahawks as Maletti tries to battle for one there. They're going to give that one to the 7 of Sydney Ballatin instead.
If this goes the way we think it is, I think the Salve Regina athletic director will be very happy. 2 playoff wins in one day.
Timeout called by the referees. And the infraction by Salve, and UNE starts the ball. Back up top once again. I was trying to cut inside was White. Nowhere for her to go. Came back up for McCallum. That ball was loose. Scooped back up by the 18 of Donovan. Ballatin. Bounced. And a cross-check push called. We'll put the ball at the 8. So Sydney Ballatin from the 8. Ballatin in. Went up high. She missed it high. Seahawks bring this one all the way down. Kaylee Garcia. Inside, trying to one-time it was Catherine Mullen.
That's a good save.
Teresa right in the way of that one. Patno for the Nor'easters now. Donovan. Around the backside with 55 to shoot for White. Donovan. Nowhere to go, and a shooting space violation called as Barry Garrett got bumped. And I think they're going to give a card on this one. They are. It's the 18 of Gabriella Von Barron. They're going to call check to the head. And to the box goes Von Barron. So it's Barry Garrett scores. Breaks the streak.
Yeah, finally.
11-7.
They got to go now, though, if they want a chance.
A little bit of special event on Fans Only Sports Network tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time from Veterans Memorial Arena in Cranston, Rhode Island. It's the second annual Cranston Police versus Cranston Fire Department charity hockey game. As the police and fire come together to raise money for various charities around the state of Rhode Island and the Cranston community. You can tune in and catch all the action right here on Fans Only Sports Network tomorrow 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Second annual Cranston Fire vs. Cranston Police charity ice hockey game. Was an absolute thrill last year. Great game.
Who won?
Between the two sides. I want to say it was Fire Department, I think, that won last year, but
Fire and Ice.
great opportunity to be able to do a part of that game last year. Todd Angeli, the Boston Bruins anthem singer, came down to sing the national anthem.
That's pretty cool.
Well, he's originally from Warwick, Rhode Island, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was his home. This was like home for him to come down and do the game. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was really cool. He's got a bit of a big one to sing tomorrow.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Grace Hayes will step on that one. Also, always fun to get to do a hockey game in the middle of April,
Yeah.
or end of April, beginning of May. I guess this would be, don't get a chance to do that too often. The high school and college hockey season, the academy hockey season ended, almost 2 months ago now.
Mm.
Baston will work this one around on the back side. Seahawks trying to burn time off the clock now. And a push called on Abdul Salam against Baston. Baston will pick it up. Gavoni checked. We'll continue that one free through to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to spin off Abdul Salam. We'll give that one for Ventura. Kelly Ventura picked up her 100th point earlier in the game. Ventura is going to come through. Ventura scores!
101.
Kelly Ventura adds to her tallies. And 12-7, 4:23 left to play. Five-goal lead. If you're UNE, you're getting to that territory of time where you're starting to get concerned.
Panic button mode. Just about.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way this whole second half has gone. One goal.
Just a little bit of panic button mode if you're UNE right now. If you're the Seahawks, it's all about calmness. Picked right back up by Sam Maletti. Maletti gets a little push from the back, continues on the referee's whistle. Cross for Baston, Cam Baston. Across the 12. Switches with Von Barren, comes back up top. For Von Barren, Gabriella Von Barren. Von Barren inside, Von Barren shot. Save made. And I think they gave Von Barren the shooting space violation call. No. Did not get a signal from the referees, not sure what they called there. But it went against the Seahawks either way. UNE works this one down. Now the 14 of Van Chapman out at X right now as they go work with Barry Garrett on the outside. Paige DeVries as she wraps behind Chapman. UNE fans getting a little restless below our broadcast position.
Yep.
Dumped down inside was DeVries. No call from the officials. McCallum up top. Works for Chapman. Chapman looking. Nowhere for her to go. cut inside, and they're going to give this one to Barry Garrett as she got pushed down inside. 2 3/4. Shot saved by Heish. .238. Good run for the Seahawks. Garcia cuts inside. Comes back for Pereira one more time. Pereira's got 3 blue jerseys on her. No call for the referees and still holds on to the ball. Pereira shot wide, and it will go to the back line. It gets picked up by Sullivan. For Pereira once again. 2 minutes left to play. Pereira cuts inside, comes back out, sends up one for Von Barren on the back corner. Von Barren once again. Dropped ball. Picks it back up. 35 seconds to shoot. Von Barren holds. William Fitzgerald, and they're going to call Fitzgerald offensive. 140. That is a hard ladder to climb at 12-7 with 90 seconds left to go.
Pretty much wraps.
Michaela Jacobs for Barry Garrett. UNE came in here 7 days ago. They dropped that game to Salve. They came back here in round 1 of the playoffs and put up a fight for the first 45 minutes of this game, we'll say, because it was even part of the third quarter. Salve called a timeout middle of the third quarter and then just went off. And the Seahawks are going to find themselves through into round 2 and a date with the Endicott Gulls. Shot. And a time called on the shooting space violation. We'll give the ball to Ballatin from the 8. Ballatin inside. Sent that one to the back line. Loose ball scooped up by the Seahawks. Hayes is going to trap it down in the circle. That's going to give time and space for the Seahawks. Inside of 90. So the shot clock is irrelevant. Grace Hayes can run with this on as much as she wants to. She can run with this till the end of the game if she wants to.
She might just do that. Oh.
She's going to send it off so that it can be cleared out for sure. We'll go forward. Catherine Mullen. Mullen for Gavoni. Pereira. Horn sounds. Seahawks win.
Two Salve W's on a day's work.
12-7 final for the ladies as they're off to the second round of the playoffs. A date with the Endicott Gulls to come. Kelly Ventura picks up her 100th point. Grace Hish gets her 300th career save. And really, I mean, to put it all in context, it was more ultimately Emma Pereira's day.
Yeah, absolutely. Called her name seems like every minute.
The Seahawks don't win this game without what Emma Pereira did today. Stellar day, of course, though, however, by all of the Seahawks players as they pull up the victory. Jess Troutman, I think, has to be certainly very happy about this result in the end of all of it. Whatever she said to them during halftime and in between the third and fourth quarter changed the dynamic drastically.
We got to get her mic'd up
in this game. That would be fun to do
Yeah,
one day.
be.
I feel like she doesn't talk that much when she's on the field. She's really, you see her like stoically sometimes, and I think she's probably going to laugh when she watches the game later today and hear us talking about this. But a great win by the Seahawks as they come across midfield to shake hands with the UNE Nor'easters, who will bring their season to a close. That'll do it for us here from Gutteff Field. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Jack McSweeney, I'm Mitchell. As all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Seahawks, win them both.